Welcome to Channel's Business Global with me, Juliana Olayinka, from our studios here in London. Over the next half hour, we'll be looking beyond the business headlines by giving you in-depth perspective on the stories that are affecting all of us. Coming up on today's show, the South Africa unemployment crisis. As the country's unemployment rate increases, are youths being held back by a legacy of entrenched inequality and a severe skills shortage? And the deadly cost of Ebola. The year-old epidemic in the Democratic Republic of Congo will require $230 million for court operations alone. But who will settle the bill? Before we get into those discussions, let's start with some business news. Our correspondent Simon Pusey joins me in the studio. Simon, the China-America trade war has really heated up.
Yeah, so this continues and it's taken a new turn with China's currency falling to its lowest point in more than a decade. So it's gone to below 7 yuan to the dollar. And this has prompted Donald Trump and the US to say that China is officially a currency manipulator. Now, that's a big phrase. Was last
strong
used
accusation
in 1994 by Bill Clinton, was the last time that he used it about China. And it basically means that to counter these tariffs that Donald Trump keeps putting on Chinese goods, China is devaluing the currency, making their goods more competitive. So it's kind of tit for tat kind of thing, and China obviously is saying that this isn't the case. It basically means that they are trying to counter what Donald Trump is doing, and what he's done recently is announced another load of tariffs, 10% more on basically all of the goods that they currently aren't putting tariffs on. So yeah, that continues, and it looks like it's going to drop further. Analysts think that the yuan will continue to drop even below 7 yuan to the US dollar.
Gosh, the two biggest global economies fighting, not good for the rest of us. What about Hong Kong? You know, these protests, they're ongoing, they're increasing. How is that having a financial impact on Hong Kong?
Yeah, the protests have changed direction, really, away from that weekend of violence that seemed to happen every weekend. Now it seems to be more strikes in the middle of the week as well. People stopping transport, people blocking roads. The airports, 200 flights were cancelled a few days ago, and this is really having an effect on the economy, as you would expect. There's no real figure that people are saying this is costing this much, but analysts believe it's in the hundreds of millions of dollars. And for example, Cathay Pacific Airlines, they've come out and said their flights are obviously down into and out of Hong Kong. Then you've got big companies like Walt Disney are saying that their profits are going to fall as a result of this. People aren't going to Disneyland in Hong Kong at the same rate that they used to. And even like Intercontinental Hotels Group, they've reported a loss, a half-yearly loss. And Macau's casino operators, Macau obviously a huge area of casinos outside of America, and the place where all Chinese people go to gamble, they're saying that they're down as well.
Got to ask you about Brexit, the buzzword of the moment. What's the latest on that?
Yeah, so today the UK food industry has asked the government to waive aspects of competition law in the event of a no-deal Brexit. Now, we've always been talking about no-deal Brexit since Boris Johnson has become Prime Minister. The likelihood of that has increased, and in the last few days you've had Michael Gove come out and say basically that the EU are not, they're not even discussing reopening Brexit talks or changing the current policy, which obviously the EU has always said that the deal they struck with Theresa May was the deal. There wasn't going to be any more negotiating. So he's come out and said it's very sad that they're not going to do that. It makes it look like a no deal is even more likely. So the Food and Drink Federation have said they're asking ministers for clarity on a no deal scenario, and they are asking to change aspects of competition law to make things easier and for them in terms of a no deal Brexit. In terms of the other things that we've been doing, we've been planning, Boris Johnson has pledged an extra £2.1 billion of spending in the event of a no deal Brexit. So that will go on things like extra border force and infrastructure around ports in the case of no deal Brexit.
Oh gosh, and it rolls and rolls and rolls. Simon, thank you so much.